have stockpiled up on basic essentials. Are we really buying what we need and what makes sense? Joining us now with the inside scoop on what we should and should not be purchasing as far as food goes is chef and TV personality, Bren Herrera. Thanks so much for joining us today, Bren. How are you?
Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks so much for having me all the way from DC. I appreciate the invitation to come and speak with you and your audience.
It's great to have you here. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule.
For sure.
With officials constantly reminding us of social distancing and the danger associated with coronavirus, should we be scared to even venture out and go to the grocery store?
So I would just say follow what the CDC and other professional experts are suggesting. Grocery stores are open for a reason, right? They are essential. We need to feed our families, especially we have children in the home, we have babies in the home. I would just say limit the amount of times that you go to the grocery store. And there are ways in which you can do that. I personally, I'm a chef, I cook, I've got clients for whom I'm cooking, I've got recipes that I'm developing for brands. I need to eat myself. So even for myself, as much as I love going to the grocery store every other day, just to be safe for myself, for my family, my parents who are on the older side and the at-risk population, I have this strategy that I've approached, which is to go to the grocery store once a week and kind of bulk purchase the things that I need for that week and maybe even 10 to 14 days out. So there are things that you can buy that can help you eliminate all those back and forth runs to the grocery store, for sure.
Yeah, so the CDC is recommending social distancing if you are in the grocery store.
Right.
That you should wear a cloth cover over your face.
Right.
I've been within the last couple of days, and the items that I brought home, I actually washed them off in the sink. The ones that made sense that weren't going to totally disintegrate, by putting soap and water on them. Do you recommend that?
So here's one thing I will address. So I've heard, different reports about if you have 3 to 4 days to kind of leave your groceries outdoors, that doesn't make sense. The whole point of going to the grocery store is because we need food, right? So again, unless you're buying things that you're going to hold on for the next 30 days, it doesn't make any practical sense to hold things outside for 3 to 4 days. So what I recommend is, again, when you go to the store, and we'll talk about the things that I'm going to recommend that you purchase, but when you do get home, a good practice is to leave your bags at the door, immediately wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. That's highly recommended by everybody. But then when you bring your groceries into the kitchen, wipe down your counters, and then, yes, if you can, wipe down under the water with soap. I literally wash everything that I bring in, my produce, my veggies, even my grains, my rice, cans, containers, pasta. I wipe down everything to the extent that I want to keep it in that container. One thing I do recommend, and just generally good practice, I try to transfer everything that comes in plastic or box containers into glass containers. It's better for the environment anyway, but just again, for this particular moment, if you can avoid keeping those things stored, even though you've washed it, take it out of the original package and put it into glass containers and then store into your pantry, your refrigerator, or wherever it is that you store your food. But just generally practice, to echo what you're doing, Elizabeth, is wash all of your produce, all of your packages for 20 seconds with warm water and soap if that's what you have available to you.
Okay, all right, great advice, Bren.
Sure.
Now, moving on to the next step, you've got the groceries, you have all the things that you need in the home. What
Right.
are recipes that are going to appeal to the whole family? They're easy to make, they're comfort foods, kids,
Right.
mom and dad, everybody's going to like them. What do you recommend?
Well, I want to go back. I want to encourage you to buy things in bulk again so that you can eliminate going to the grocery store. A really great source of food for immune building and stuff like that are citrus. You want to bulk up on citrus. If you have a citrus press at home, which is a really great tool to have, press as much juice as you can, as much lemon as you can, because you can make really delicious wellness shots first thing in the morning with ginger, lemon, and a little bit of cayenne pepper. You also want to buy beans in bulk. Beans are going to take you a long way, and they're going to allow you to cook a variety of things. Same thing with rice, with grains. Peanut butter is a really great thing because if you've got kids, you can make an assortment of things with peanut butter. I also recommend buying cauliflower. Not only is it inexpensive, but it's also really healthy, and you can make an amazing assortment of things like cauliflower mash. You can make cauliflower florets. You can make cauliflower, fried cauliflowers. There's a lot of things that you can do with cauliflower. Potatoes, same thing. So I want to encourage your audience, and you too, Elizabeth, to buy things that are going to not only last you all week or even in the week following, but things that you can use that are going to diversify your recipe portfolio, if you will. So to answer your question, recipes that you can make. Mac and cheese is a really great date night thing to make because it's a recipe that's going to involve you and your partner Somebody can be boiling the pasta and kind of seasoning it. Somebody else could be working on the bechamel sauce or working on the cheese mixture that they want to work with. So I would focus on recipes that are good for two people to kind of get, their hands dirty, but also have really great conversation. For the kids, things like desserts, cupcakes, cakes, apple pies, things that are going to keep the kids really engaged in the kitchen with you. For larger families, I would stick to dishes that are, again, going to last you a couple of days that you can refrigerate or even freeze. So stews, beans, chilies, things that are going to make you feel good in your heart, but also kind of extend the duration of your weeks that you're not going back to the grocery store as often.
We've, with everybody doing distance learning, this is kind of an opportunity to open up new areas of study for our kids, right? And you're hosting a cooking class for kids.
Yeah, I decided I have a lot of girlfriends who have kids and they're like, B, I don't know what to do with these kids. They're all home from school. The parents still have work to do. The kids want to stay engaged. They can't go outside with their friends. They're not used to this new way of living for now. And prayerfully, it's very temporary. So I decided that I would take what I do normally every day at home and just kind of offer it to parents all over the country and wherever you are really in the world, and join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a 45 to 90-minute cooking class where we just kind of, again, get our hands dirty. I welcome them into this very kitchen, and we're doing all things like we've done a meat sauce last week. Yesterday we did Taco Tuesday. Next week we're getting ready to do buttercream cupcakes with Oreo cookies. So just a really fun, really great, right? It's just a really fun way to keep the kids engaged and actually give the parents a break, but also have, a schedule of activities for them to do during the day.
That sounds amazing, Bren. I'm going to sign my son up right away. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your time and information about how folks can reach out to you on our website.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. We are very excited to have you here. We were talking earlier in this show. By the way, Chef Bren, was she awesome or what? I love getting inside their kitchens.
I know. It was cute, right? There was a lot of food.